What's up guys, it's Drac, and today we're going to be reviewing this. So this is pretty interesting. This is the grenade from nfstrike.com. So this comes to us all the way from Chinaland. And inside we have this plastic frag grenade of sorts. It says that it's the Mark III, and it does not come with any instructions. So it's my general understanding that you pull this pin, just like a regular frag grenade, and then you throw it. And what's going to happen is it's going to release this detent up here. And by releasing that detent, it's going to explode open. And in the process of opening up, it's going to open, and all three of these things fly up. So anything inside is going to be released. So those are all powered with like little torsion springs inside. Overall, pretty interesting product. Now, I'm not sure if this was originally designed for airsoft or for water BBs or what have you, but I can tell you that it probably was not designed with Nerf in mind, just because this is such a niche product. Now, it is, however, super affordable. I can't get it to reset right now. What am I doing wrong? Okay, so once that's up, does that? All right, let's try just compressing the whole thing and see if we can't figure out how to reset it. So this comes up. Hey, we did it. We did it. All right, so it's locked in, and then obviously to secure it, you take that pin, you throw that pin right back in here. Let me know what you guys think of this new format for a review like this. I'm trying something that isn't the video goggles. The POV would probably be really good for a product like this, but we're doing what we can. So the first thing that I want to test, since honestly, the most logical thing to do is throw a bunch of rival rounds in it, and I'm going to test that. But the first thing that we should test is it's the easiest way to open it, is darts themselves, because not everybody wants to spend the some odd $4 that you'd be loading this with in terms of rival rounds. So I want to know how many darts I can fit in, if any, what that's going to look like. The answer is that no matter what you shove in here, it's getting compressed in a pretty serious way. So I'm pretty sure that you can fit 6 in, kind of by compressing them in like so, and really putting the weight down in the bottom of the compartment. And hopefully these darts are going to get destroyed. But destroying a bunch of knockoff darts costs nothing compared to losing a bunch of rival rounds. So let's compress like that, pull the detent up. And we got there. Now we are super compressing that. If anything, it's going to add to the extension of this. So I'm going to move a little. We'll be back here in just a second. On grass. It's designed for like soft impacts, as the whole thing is super hard. Like this is a hard blaster toy. Like this is full ABS plastic. Oh no! I somehow just twisted this bottom piece out. I think that just goes back in like so. If you ever wanted to disassemble the blaster, it's held together with hex screws, but you can twist that, quarter turn, it goes back in. So we'll test on grass first, and then luckily NF Strike sent me 3, so I can show you what happens when you throw it on hard ground as well. Just as kind of like a warning. Maybe it'll work, maybe it'll surprise us, who knows. But I think that what you say if you're like Call of Duty cool is you pull the pin and you say Granada. So, whee! And then that was pretty lackluster, I'm not going to lie. So our spread here is, well, it's poor. 2 darts here, 1 dart barely escaped, and then 2 darts here. Let's try the rival rounds after all. Pretty sure that you can fit more than this. We're just going to start by trying to load 9 in. That's 3 per compartment. So let's go ahead, get one of these compressed first, or 2 of them compressed so that we can get that in. And now we can access these compartments. So 3 in each. This is going to be a tight fit. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we could definitely fit more. Like I said, though, I want to start with 3. Let's close that off. And now we'll get 3 in each one of these. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. All right, crunch that down. Still haven't quite mastered this detent thing, but it seems like now that it's squeezed, it's more or less good. Beautiful. Beauty. All right, we won't even fool with the pin this time. We'll just chuck it. Alrighty, so frag grenade, tossing on a hill, covered in moss and grass. Let's go. You guys would notice that it landed sideways. It was actually an awesome spray of all 9 in a this way direction. So if you wanted, you could lob it with that kind of in mind. The same way that you can curve rival balls out of dart zone blasters, you could pitch your grenade in such a way that it would fly. We'll try dropping it straight up next. Granada! That's pretty cool. Alrighty guys, so the most important question is not actually one of reliability or durability. If it breaks, it's not super expensive. Does it work? Of course it works. It works honestly pretty well, truth be told. It gives a decent spread with rifle balls, and it does an okay job with elites. This is a solid product, and that is kind of what we want to test. So as a solid piece of plastic, the question is this appropriate for your events? Whether your event is HVZ on a college campus anywhere, playing milsim in the jungles of Singapore, like office battles somewhere inside, I think that carpet would probably be okay for this. The real question is what happens when this solid chunk of plastic hits a person. Now, we don't have any children, and there's no way that we could possibly bean a child with a grenade. So, like, I don't think that it's appropriate for playing any game that has, like, small children, period, because it does flare out into what is still a giant chunk of plastic. I'd rather be hit with a open grenade than a compressed one, because it is, I mean, it's pretty solid. So the only way that I could think of ethically to test this was to throw it at Bobololo. And I've already done that, and he wasn't thrilled. So the only way that I can prove it to you on camera is to toss it to Pat and volunteer. So
Chuck it.
Yeah, but you gotta, all right, throw it.
Overhand.
Underhand,
At
probably.
the face.
Not the face. All right, chuck it once without pulling the pin, so that we just like underhand toss, like a good underhand toss, and we'll see.
Yeah, we'll line it up on camera. Like right there is where he wants it, I think. All right,
and
ready?
then we'll do one with it open. All right, come on. Ooh. All right, well, 2 things are interesting. One, the pin was not pulled, and yet we still lost a panel. 2, you can definitely feel that. Like, that was a good thunk. Like, less than like a baseball under a chest protector, less than a paintball, more than, I don't know, it's a lot of weight, I guess. It wasn't even moving that fast. Like, okay. Well, I've resealed it. Here you go. All right, so this time it should, in theory, open. I'm gonna spread the pain. Here, I don't know, whatever. Like, you'd be what? You'd be bunkered down like this, right? Because you're trying to hit somebody, and they lean out. All right, so just like side. There we go.
Okay, side.
Yeah. That wasn't so bad, but I felt like you didn't throw it that hard. I don't know. We need Bobo so that we can just really pitch it in there. We're not going to test that. Obviously, this is a heavy chunk of plastic. Like, I do not recommend this for anything other than, like, I can't ethically recommend this for anything other than, like, pure adult games where people are wearing, like, masks, probably. I would not want to get hit in the face with this. Like, it's cool, and it's very functional. Is it safe for HVZ? Almost certainly not. Zombies charge, they're in large groups. They don't want to dodge this. Like, this is a lot to expect the Horde to come up against. As far as like how fun is it? Like, it's super duper cool. Let's test it with megas, and then we'll make a super elite one, and then we'll show you what it does on hard surfaces. Let's go. All right, so let's just see. We'll try something possible. There's no way you could fit more than these, but if you wanted to make a mega one, could you fit? They really got to work on that. This piece that just detents out is interesting. I don't even know what its function is other than disassembly, so it might even be worth super gluing in. So if you tease the mega in like that and then bend it in, we should be able to fit one. At least one. All right. And again, like, you need at least, like, there should be a small age limit on this because you need at least large and strong enough hands to hold the force that it opens with shut long enough that you can load it properly. So there's 1 mega, 2 megas, 3 megas. Whoop. It is a lot of foam to compress, but I think that it's going to fit all right. Our mega results were 2 darts, did not fly anywhere, and 1 is still stuck inside the grenade. So let's move on to hard surface testing. All right, so this is cement. It's wet cement. I mean, it's a surface. It's not quite polished cement, but at this point, it sort of kind of is. I would not want to fall hard on this, as evidenced by my hoverboard video forever ago. This is a grenade that's been filled with 9 elite darts. It can fit 12. 9 is a much happier medium, though. So let's pull the pin. I'm going to throw it straight up, and it's going to fall hopefully straight down. And we'll see not only how the spread is with 9 elite darts, but we'll also get a feel for whether or not this thing can survive a toss from, I don't know. Obviously, if we just threw it straight up, it would certainly break, but what wouldn't? So we'll toss it 5 feet into the air. That'll put it a little over 11 feet into the air. That's a pretty reasonable time to accelerate. So here we go. Man, the spread is way better when you drop it from that kind of height. And, okay, so here's our damage. Let's take a look. So, functionally, it actually seems fine. That's pretty cool. So if we crunch it back together, those geese are obnoxious. FA24 once told me that we should call them American geese because they're obnoxious and crap everywhere, as opposed to Canadian geese because he is in fact Canadian. So our damage from that drop is right here, and it's actually not bad. It's pretty much what you expect. It chewed into the soft ABS a little, but it didn't even break that joint. So like, that's not bad. Against my better judgment, we're going to toss it one more time because once is not a good sample size. I want to reiterate, I'm not trying to break this. I'm not going for any sort of results. I just want a real world kind of example. This time I'm going to throw it at a different angle so that it lands like this. Obviously it landed on the way that it's supposed to and opened in that way. I'm going to let it land sideways this time. Hopefully it doesn't hit this because I feel like this is a pretty fragile element. Again, about 11 feet in the air. And we have no idea what the spread would be because it's not loaded with anything, but let's see. Where did it fall? So our damage this time is a combination of this chunk here, which is again not bad. We've got some of that like whitening where it's clear that the plastic is weakening, and then we actually did bounce into this here. So I'll put like 3 darts in it and we'll try it one more time. And if it survives 3 drops, then like, it's not a paintball grenade. I'm so used to paying like about $5 for something that you just chuck and it's gone forever. So if it'll last 3 hard knocks on average, then I think we kind of have to give it the benefit of the doubt and say that despite what I initially thought, it's probably a pretty durable product. And it's hard to imagine hitting anything that's tougher than polished wet cement. Like, I can't think of many surfaces I would rather hit. Or rather not hit, avoid. You get it. Alright, what should we do this time, man? Upside down?
Sure.
It's the only thing left, right? Okay, so here we go. Spread was awful because fragmentation grenade landed upside down. Oh, hey, that's a piece that does fall out though. Again, this detent is silly, guys. It should have been tighter or had some sort of lock, but we'll put that back in unless it's broken. No, that's good. We tried to land straight down. We've got damage there and there. Are you still completely functional? Ooh, we took a chunk of plastic out there. Or I guess we hit in an awkward sort of way on this one. But, wow. I'm honestly impressed. Like, I think all we have to do to bring this home is see how many rival balls that we can fit in it, and then put the camera in cover, and then throw the grenade into cover and see how that goes. But that's the last thing that I want to do. And we'll use the damaged one because it's not that damaged. All right, you might not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. It looks like a bunch of rival balls trying to escape because there's 7 in each compartment. Is that going to affect how this thing explodes? I have no idea, but there's 21 rival rounds in here, so not lost on the overall like cost benefit analysis of just carrying a couple of these is that in addition to the money that you pay for the grenades, if you wanted to fully load them with rival rounds, which is like the best spread you could get, which is 21 rounds per, you're looking at an additional $5 per thing because rival rounds are roughly a quarter a pop. Like, they're just expensive ammo. So we're gonna bunker the camera and we're gonna throw the grenade into that cover, and hopefully we're not gonna destroy our new 2018 camera. But I think that it can handle some rival rounds if push comes to shove. And I also want to get a close-up shot of what this thing looks like exploding. So we're gonna do that now. Alrighty guys, so you're currently behind the tree and I'm going to be attacking from down the hill, and the easiest way to take the high ground would be with a grenade into this general vicinity. So I'm aiming for right here. Let's go. I'm off camera, right? So, based on where the tripod is, 4 rival rounds would have hit you. This is a pretty cool product. Incidentally, overstuffing it like that might be a little silly because only sometimes do the ones in the top actually launch. Might be 18, not 21. Who knows? Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this completely comprehensive review of the grenade from NF Strike. If you'd like to pick one up, you can pick them up in the link in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Woo.